First at 5, an important ruling today on whether survivors of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre can move forward with a lawsuit declaring it a public nuisance. The Tulsa County judge said the case brought by Justice for Greenwood can move forward, but narrowed it. 2 News Oklahoma's Naomi Kidd explains what the ruling means.
Attorneys for Justice for Greenwood say a ruling by a Tulsa judge provides the framework for how they'll move forward. They tell me that the core of their case remains alive, and they're moving quickly because of the ages of the 3 remaining survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre. A group of 6 attorneys representing the Justice for Greenwood team met Thursday to discuss what they call a landmark ruling.
I want to emphasize about how incredibly gratified we are by the court's decision.
Michael Schwartz says they'll be able to take the next step that hasn't been achieved before when it comes to getting justice for the victims of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre.
Taking discovery, taking documents, taking depositions, and getting to the root of what actually happened in the massacre.
The ruling by Judge Caroline Wall was released late Wednesday. In it, attorneys say they'll be able to amend their petition for abatement.
The abatement will be for the restoration and the rebuilding of what was lost because of the massacre.
Demario Solomon Simmons, founder of Justice for Greenwood, says the massacre caused a public nuisance, and the 3 remaining survivors, Leslie Benningfield Randall, Viola Fletcher, and Hughes Van Ellis, will get the opportunity to prove the merits of their case.
We are mindful that the 3 plaintiffs that we have, the 3 living survivors of the massacre, are all over 100 years old, and we owe it to them, the community owes it to them, to move forward as promptly as possible.
The judge did dismiss several portions of the case, like some of the defendants and plaintiffs, including the historic Vernon AME Church.
And we think that would have been appropriate to decide during the case, but to decide before we even got there, we were disappointed and surprised to see.
Another portion that was denied was the claims of a, quote, ongoing public nuisance stemming from the massacre. The court said, quote, these claims request relief that violates the separation of powers provided by the Constitution of the state of Oklahoma.
Even though the judge has said that resolving the problems of the descendants in those neighborhoods is beyond her capacity, she strongly indicated that it's not beyond the city's competence or capacity.
Attorneys for Justice for Greenwood have until September 2nd to file an amended petition. They say they're hoping to get that petition finished before that date. Reporting in the historic Greenwood district, I'm Naomi Kitt, 2 News Oklahoma.